welcome to Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone who's listening. I know that Valentine's Day can be a mixed blessing depending on what's going on for you today. And so I'm going to light my Palo Santo to unite our hearts. Valentine's Day can be painful if you're missing someone or you feel alone, or it could be a grand celebration that you have found your person and that you are living out the dream that you want, but you just want a deeper experience. You want to be able to connect with your dear one in a more profound way and to be able to share your heart openly and without being afraid. And so today we're going to open our cards. We have a couple of different options available for you. There are 2 free readings available. One is from hang on, let me just grab the box. The True Love Oracle cards are here for us today. And then also another favorite deck of mine, my only heart-shaped deck. And it's the Heart and Soul cards, Oracle cards for love, life, and transformation. And I already have people who have lined up in the queue. Hi, Corrine, welcome. And you are, the readings are for the collective, so anyone who stops by can receive deeply from the cards today. If you would like for me to read for you personally right here during the live, it's simple to do so. You just go to manifestfaster.com, and that's where you register for free readings. Today, as we get started, I'm going to draw a card from the Light Seers deck. That's going to be the theme for today's readings. And then I have Christina, Sandra, and hold on for a second. Let me see who else is here. And Siren Song, four readings that are lined up for us, and we'll get to those shortly. But let's pull a card for the collective for this Valentine's Day. A mixed bag. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Thank you for registering early for your reading. I appreciate you, and I will start with you this morning because I don't think Christina is here yet. And when she gets here on Siren Song, when you guys arrive, I will be, oh gosh, this is exactly what I have been feeling, you guys. I got just goosebumps flushing over my body right now because I was just getting this sense that love can be a tricky journey, and that even if you are with your special someone, there are times when you feel like this. Let me just pull this close. When you feel discouraged and you feel like you're in despair. And so because of that, the situation can be tricky when you're trying to attract the best from the person you're with. Because if you're having a bit of PMS, and that's what I call poor me syndrome, if you're sensing poor me in your energy when it comes to love, that's like contagious. And that people can pick up on that vibe, and you'll often attract the worst parts of a person's personality when you're in this space. So today, as we start off, I know that Valentine's Day can bring a mix of feelings. I want to be able to address that as we go forward and to be fair for the people who are actually happy in love today. Believe me, you will find your answer today. What I want to point out is that key. See, it's right out of her view. If she would lift up her head and look around, she will find the answer that she's looking for. That's my hope for the readings today, that we will open our hearts, use the keys that Spirit brings us to get what it is that we're after. Hi, Gabrielle. Welcome. Thank you so much for identifying yourself. And I'm glad that you're here. So we're going to hi, Jude. Welcome. And what we're going to do first is we are going to take a peek at the queue. And we have Sandra, And I'm just going to be waiting for Christina to come on board. And so, Sandra, looking, let's see, hold on. And Sandra is asking for the True Love Oracle deck. Okay. I really love that you have been working on yourself, because isn't it true that when you've been working on yourself, it brings a renewed confidence that you are ready for something. So let's take a peek here at the True Love Oracle for Sandra. And this card right here is drawing my attention, Sandra. I did get your order for a love reading. I do have a special going on, half price on my full love reading. That is a recording for you. You'll be able to listen to it as often as you like. And that's available. If anybody is wanting more cards drawn, you want a personal reading, you can follow Sandra's lead and order one up for yourself. Okay, Sandra, let's take a peek. The Silver Waterfall. Sandra, I can't help but notice the figure in that shower, the shower of change, and really cleansing your spirit, cleansing yourself from the heartbreak of your past. I'm glad that you have signed up for a deeper reading. I'll be doing it later this afternoon. And I'm going to save this card, Sandra, because I feel what spirit is showing you is to dive deep. Don't stand at the edge. Take a risk. Walk through this portal. This is like a waterfall, and behind the waterfall is a mysterious future. As you trust that spirit is guiding you, that all of your experiences in the last couple of years, you've had some losses, you've had some disappointments, and those sad feelings are getting ready to fly away. These red birds suggest to me that root chakra, that part of our family of origin. When we recognize the patterns of our behavior are kind of corresponding to how we were brought up. And now that you are, I believe that both of your parents have passed at this point, Sandra, and you really are walking freely into your future as never before. And even though you might miss your family of origin, the fact is that comes a time when you need to walk away from some of the disappointments in your past and be attracted to your ideal partner. I notice the swan that's here, and it feels significant to me, Sandra. When I look at the box cover, we have a couple, right? And so I believe that is your promise from Spirit that you are absolutely on the right track, and that your thoughts about how to prepare yourself to be the best partner possible is spot on. Also, I do want to point out the rainbow. And the rainbow always comes out after a storm. So, as you have been going through this last couple of years, especially, you have been releasing to the divine the things that are holding you back. And I believe 2026 is going to be a pivotal year for you when it comes to love, my friend. Okay, so thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I will be doing your recorded reading later on today, and I will be sending it to you, my friend. So moving forward here, and we have Gabrielle, and we're going to choose a love oracle card. And you do want wisdom about your person. Uh, there is someone that is in your heart, and you're wanting for spirit to guide you in what it is you need to know. What do you need to know today regarding your person? Oh, I love rainbows too. Do you know what a sundog is, Sandra? I saw one of those last night. It's when you look into the clouds and you see a circular or like an orb of rainbow colors. I believe it's called a sundog. And I saw one yesterday. It was so cool every now and then when the sky will give us signs, right? Okay, so Gabrielle. What does Spirit want for you to know about love? Hi, Sunshine. Sunshine Angel Intuitive. Do you read cards, Sunshine? Welcome to the reading. Let's take a peek. Gabrielle, look at this. Okay. So we do see a connection, don't we? There is a connection here going on with this person. But what my eye is drawn to, Gabrielle, is this envelope that's closed. Okay, your envelope is closed. And there's also this hint of this musical theme that's going through. And I'm wondering about what's going on with you and your person, because it does look like there's a barrier here, that the music, there's a like a barrier. And I'm wondering if your own intuition has been speaking to you about this connection. And what I'm noticing here, first of all, is that the female figure has bare feet, and the male figure has shoes. There's something that's suggesting a bit of tension and stress around this situation. And again, my eye keeps going to this envelope. I feel like there's some information that you're not aware of. And I'm wondering, are you making peace your primary objective? Are you feeling peace in the depth of your heart about your current situation? It seems like there's something you don't know and something that you need to find out. So don't take anything for granted. Make sure that you're true to what feels best for yourself. What feels most natural is going to be super important for you. Okay, my friend? All right, our true love oracle today. Thank you very much, Gabrielle. And let me pop back here, and I'm going to, let's see here. Let me go. I just need to look at my screen, and I see that Sunshine, you're wanting to have a reading. That's fantastic. Let me explain that the way to receive your free love reading today is to click on this link, and that's where you'll be registering for your free reading. We actually have 2 free readings today, and so you can choose whichever one is, or you could have both of them if you want. If you guys want to have 2 readings, that's absolutely fine, because I'm here for you. I do have this deck right here, the Heart and Soul deck, and also the Love Oracle. While I'm waiting right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from the tarot. We do have a tarot reading available this morning. Mostly I do these for the collective. Hello to those of you who have not met me yet. I'm Catherine, and this is Pattern Breaker Tarot. And I really love helping people break the patterns that are holding you back from the love that you're desiring. So I'm going to do a quick tarot read here and see if Christina pops in. Sunshine, waiting for you to register for your reading. And let's see what the collective has to say to us today. All right, and we have the 3 of Wands. I think I'll put it over here. Okay. And the 2 of Cups. Nice. Always love what's happening with the link. Sometimes it takes a long time. You know how that little spinner spins around, but you just have to be patient and wait for it. It will pop up for you. You may need to pop off of YouTube for a second and go register and come back. Sometimes that helps. A lot of times when there's lots of readings going on, it can be a little sluggish. Yes, absolutely. Paste it into your browser. That's a good idea. Okay, my collective. Hi, Christina. Oh, this is a love reading for the collective. We have that 2 of Cups here. So for somebody that's listening, this is your message. And we have the Temperance card. Okay, let's take a peek. So 3 of Wands. This particular set of cards shows me somebody that's ready for new love, that you have had a chance. You've maybe been broken up for a while, you've been single for a while, and actually, there's a part of you, my dear friend, there's a part of you that enjoys being single more than you think. There's a part of you that loves time alone, even though you might argue with me and say, no, no, Catherine, I'm really lonely. There's a lot of people who are manifesting singleness, and you're a master manifester because you're single, but a part of you longs for something new. You're ready to ride. I look at the footprints here. She's walking toward this ocean of love. In the center, we do have the picture of an ideal relationship where two people of very different mindsets, very different backgrounds, are willing to come together. And I love how the hands are loosely gripped. Neither one of you wants to lean too hard or to be needy. Neediness is not attractive. In fact, when we look at this Seven of Wands, we're seeing that you're coming from a background where you felt unheard, you felt perhaps betrayed, and actually have put yourself in a bubble. And it's saying no to love. I met a woman yesterday who had a betrayal about a year ago, and she's a young woman under 30, and she's already saying, I don't want to ever trust again. This is that energy, but it is in conflict with another part of you that wants something desperately. This can be very difficult, where you might find it's very hard to meet people that are attractive to you because you have an inner tug of war going, where part of you wants to have love and part of you does not want to trust again. What's the message for you, my friend? It's the Temperance card. Temperance with our Two of Cups is the lesson that you've needed to learn. No human can be source for you. Source brings us our partners to help us grow. It's not likely you're going to find someone that you're never going to have friction with. But as you loosely hold your relationship, allowing your person to have their own life, their own friends, their own work, it will never work if you're too entwined and holding tight. What happens then is one or both of you end up feeling like this, where you feel left out, that you can't get close. So the Temperance card is about finding balance. And also, whenever I see the Temperance card, I always see that word temper. Do you have a quick trigger? Have you been involved with someone who has a temper problem? Trust me, I was raised by what I call a rageaholic, and it has had an impact on my life. And even though I'm 73 now and single and really enjoy being single, Spirit comes to me and asks, "Hey, are you sure? Are you sure that you want to be alone? If you are, great. You will be flooded with peace. However, if your heart still wants that ideal partner, the work that you need to do is to honor that tug of war between your willingness and your fear. Okay, that's some of the work that I do. I am overjoyed to help people get over this. Right now, I do have a very special reading available. It's half price, and anyone who wants to come in for a deeper read for your love life, I suggest you take a peek. It's in the recorded sessions on my platform at Hipsy. You're welcome to pop in for a lengthier reading. Okay, so now let's just go forward here. And again, I'm going to be waiting to do Christina's reading because I want to see if she will be here, if she's with us here today. And so let me go forward. Oopsie, hold on. And Next, we have Patricia. Patricia, you had good luck. So, Patricia, what Patricia did was she cut and paste the link into her browser window, and that was easiest. And thank you for that, Patricia. I appreciate it because the system gets very busy when we're doing these live readings. So, thank you for your patience. So, Patricia, which deck did you pick? Let me pick. Let me see here. And oops. Thank you for your patience, you guys. So I'm juggling two screens. Okay, for the True Love Chef Designer. Oh my goodness, that's so fascinating. Okay, looking for love in a long distance relationship, perhaps moving here, perhaps new love, Aquarius. Okay. Okay, so you're in a long distance relationship. Okay. And somebody could be moving. Well, Patricia, let's see what the cards have for you. Let's see what Spirit wants to speak to you about your long distance relationship. Hi, Avila. Welcome. Listen, as you are in here for the readings and you're just watching, remember that in the collective, you will find um, when you hear a story or hear something that resonates with you, if you get goosebumps or you get a chill, it means that the message is for you also. It's the magic of the collective. By the way, all y'all who are out there, 29 of you, welcome. Hit the thumbs up, join the energy, take that action step. I appreciate that so much. It's a great way to share love with your reader today. Okay, so let's take a peek. And Patricia, oh, you want also one of the heart reading cards. Perfect. You'll get a little bit more information. I have 2 free readings available for y'all today. Okay, all right. Patricia, here is your card from the True Love Oracle. And let me just grab, I'm going to pull both of them at once for you. Let me pull the heart deck here. So pretty. Oh, you know what? This one is stuck in the box. This one's stuck in the box. Okay, so I feel that that is your card. So let me get myself organized here, you guys. Okay, so Patricia. Hi, Sheila. Welcome. Glad to see you today. Okay, spiritual maturity. In long distance relation, yes, this is you, Sunshine. Patricia, right? This is an ideal card for you, my dear friend. Long distance relationships are kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time, aren't they? And when you look at the journey, look at the couple. They're really at the beginning of a long journey. This is a symbol to me of being so mindful about your choices. I see the city here in the background and the trip to a new location. I'm also noticing this green, which is my symbol for the heart chakra, and then all of this rocky, icy surface. It's really opposite. And I feel like in your situation, to make a decision on a long distance relationship, it's so important to honor your own heart. Honor your own heart. Peace of mind is critical for you. Okay, Patricia? If you have a piece of paper, write that down. Peace of mind. Not your person's peace of mind, but yours. It's critical that you not compromise. Many times in long distance relationships, you can get what I call a false sense of security. Long distance relationships they're just hot. They are. The fact that you're not together creates kind of a chemistry that that defies description. And sometimes long distance relationships can stretch months and years when the people have never spent 1 minute of time together. No eye contact, no physical touch. So, what I'm seeing here is it looks easy right now, for sure. 3 years. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm sensing 100%. So even though it's 3 years, you're still at the very beginning of the journey. And there's a long way to go. So in these 3 years, where is your peace of mind? How do you tell? Should I go forward with this or should I find someone that's nearby? Because if you've never once touched them or looked deeply into their eyes, you don't know them. That's the truth. I appreciate Patricia. I do. I work with people all the time who are stuck, not knowing what to do, fearful of giving up a sure thing because they feel loved. But I say, how sure is it? And remember, this is spiritual maturity. This means that spirit, source, has your back. When I look at this red on this dress, it shows me there's great passion here, but sometimes passion's not enough. Sometimes you need to have something else. One of my favorite tarot channels on YouTube is a man named the Astrology Guy. He's so fantastic. And he teaches about your own birth sign. So if you check it out, Astrology Guy, and what you will see is he will give you the positives and the negatives of each of your signs, Pisces and Aquarius, and you'll be able to get some depth about the general tendencies of your signs. And then he gives the weak spots also. Okay, because it looks to me that this journey ahead for you with that narrow road is not going to be easy. I'm just so sorry always when I have to give this kind of news because I know it doesn't seem fair. It doesn't. And to invest 3 years of your life in someone who may or may not make it to the end. However, your spiritual maturity guarantees protection for your heart. Okay. As you stick close to source, and the smartest thing to do may be to have a meeting. I mean, before anybody moves, that you arrange to meet one another if you're that serious about it. Okay, now let's take a look here. Now, the first thing that I'm aware of, just looking at the art on the card, is that this figure, the forward figure, with that third eye lit up, what I'm seeing here is this third eye is showing the desire for a spiritual connection, the desire to honor spirit first. Her eyes are closed. She's closed in, knowing that spirit will not disappoint, that spirit is about helping you and supporting you. And this other figure is kind of in the dark, right? And one eye open, almost a tear coming from this eye. So let's take a look here. And what's your message? If you want to experience a deeper level of love in your relationship, Patricia, you must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. Feel and honor the sacred within each other. Be vulnerable and give yourself up to love each and every moment. In doing so, you will unite in love. You will feel alive, reborn with each breath. One loving thought can create a world of infinite love. You know what? When I look at this, I think this is an exact confirmation of the need for spiritual maturity on both of your parts. You must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. So, this is the sticking point. Have you been doing more compromising, Patricia? Are you equal in surrendering to one another? Are you equal partners right now? This is a question only you can answer. Okay, my friend? This is not an easy situation. Long distance relationships can work. They can, but they need to be equal, where each person is giving and taking at the same level. So, sunshine, if you are compromising too much, it's something that you need to address. All right. I'm trying to think where I can guide you. Hold on a second. Oh, you know what? I have some resources that I can give to you, and I'm going to tell you, please email me because my email is patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. Email me and I will send you. There's a book that I think would be very helpful for you. All right. So it's hard for me to reach out here. I will send you a message in on my platform. And so I'll send you a message there. So watch for it. You'll see it's coming from Hipsy, and I'll send you a message today because I feel for you. I know it's hard when you're in love with someone that you don't see. Trust me, I've been there. I have been there. I had to break something off that was heartbreaking because my situation was we were getting so attached and I had never met him before. He lived in a different country. And I knew that once my heart started getting too involved, I had to break it off. And it nearly broke my heart, but I have not heard from him now in probably 8 or 9 years. And I know it was good for me to break that off. Okay. Biggest hug for you, my dear Patricia. And I see we have, hi, Miriam. Oh, it's hard, isn't it? Oh, my goodness, it's hard. I'd be happy to pull cards for you, my friend. Hi, Andrea. Wilma, welcome. So many new friends. Hitakshi, welcome. Gosh, I would love to read for you guys. It's super easy to receive your reading. All you do is, let me go back over here. Where are we? Patricia and Patricia. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back here. Sorry, guys. I just want to check back with my list here. Okay. Let me add the link. Now, Patricia had good luck. Hi, Trip. Patricia had good luck cutting and pasting the manifest um, faster reading. That's where you register for your two. I have two free readings today you can choose from. And I also am doing a full reading that I can do also. It's $11.11. So, Sunshine, if you want to have more cards pulled today, I can do that. Very reasonably priced for anybody that wants to join at that level. Right now, we're just doing the free ones. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Okay, so let's see, somebody else's book. Thank you guys for using the system today. It's so helpful for me. Okay. And Siren Song is, Gabrielle is back and Christina is waiting. And I'm just waiting to see if she's able to come. Otherwise, I will add to the recording. And Siren Song, the first one, there's, okay. And let's see, Siren Song. Okay, hold on. Y'all are so patient with me with all of my technology stuff. Okay. All right. And Siren Song, let me click here. Okay. And Siren Song, another True Love Oracle. Okay. One more True Love. Oopsie. Oh, this one wanted to jump right out of the deck. Okay. Oopsie. Hey, Trip, all you do is go to manifestfaster.com and you can register for your reading. Some people are having good luck cutting and pasting the link into your browser, and that'll bring up your options. So, Gabrielle, this will be this the last card of this deck for sure for you, my friend, and I hope it brings you the wisdom that you're looking for. Okay. And we have the distorted masculine. I love when cards make themselves known. It's like, please draw me, because there is something going on with you, Gabrielle, that needs your attention. This person that you're involved with is definitely has some issues. There's some problems going on. This feeling of the distorted masculine, what it means is that the person who carries this energy is not sure about who they are. They are not, there's a confusion. They may have an anger problem. They may be bossy and controlling. This figure here is of a man who is beaten down and not aware of the divine masculine. The divine masculine is the direct opposite of this. So this is somebody who's very out of balance. There's a lot of pressure. And there, look at this, the bank, the police, this almost looks like a tank that's a battlefield, but there's something going on with your person, and spirit is asking you to be very wise. You may already know exactly what this is about, and you may be coming to the reading hoping for hope and hoping for light. And spirit is here for you, Gabrielle. Spirit is here trying to shine light to your person, but you are the only person who matters. You are the only person who matters. There is something that you don't know. There's something I think that you've been closing your eyes to. You're uh, oh, it might be, Gabrielle, that you're someone who always sees the best in people. You want to be optimistic. You want to believe the best is possible. But sometimes people with that kind of sensitivity, they actually end up um, attracting someone who takes advantage of that. Okay. And so without knowing you, without pulling more cards, there's only one piece of advice, and that came out on the first card also, is to let peace of mind be your guide. If you're not feeling peaceful, it means your spirit is picking up the flaws of the other. If you're married to somebody who's got this energy, it can be very painful. I went through that. And it was a difficult divorce that I went through because my man was not aware of who they were in the divine heart. A man, a partner who is ready to support another human is able to balance their work and their career and have time for emotional development. All I can say is what the cards are suggesting, and that is that your person is not a good match right now because they are very burdened. And as I remember the other card where we had the envelope on the table, remember, we had this, even though there's connection feelings, there's like a wall, and this envelope suggests there's something that you're not looking at. Okay, Susan, I'm sorry, Gabrielle. Again, there is a love reading that is on sale right now, 50% off. It's a dynamite reading, and you'll get more cards and more advice. So if that's something that you want to get more clarity, I invite you to do it. Okay, it's just $22 on sale, and then you receive a recording so you can listen again and again. Okay, best of luck to you. I know it's not easy, but when you are connected with the wrong person, this was our theme for today's readings. If you're connected to the wrong person, you can end up in this PMS situation, poor me syndrome. This could also suggest your person. They may be completely wrapped up in their own story and feeling very sorry for themselves. Okay. It's just a blessing to you, my friend. It just seems like this is a tough situation that you're in. Okay, let's move forward here. And so I'm going to 3848. Okay, I'm going to read for Christina next. And Christina is asking for the True Love Oracle. And she says, I'm getting interested in finding a bosom buddy or companion, a kindred spirit. I've been getting messages that something is coming. Okay. You know what? Many times the desire for a kindred spirit can really cut like a knife. It's a kindred spirit is a dear connection in life, isn't it? Someone who gets you and you get them. And it's as if you finish each other's sentences. A lot of times we hope that we'll be in a soulmate, a love relationship, but many times it comes from a friend. It could be an older friend, somebody who is not a usual social contact. And so, Christina, let's see what Spirit has for you here. I'm going to just take this one out. And let's see, Christina, what does Spirit have for you? I'm feeling drawn to pull the card at the bottom of the deck for you, Christina. It's always what we're not seeing. And so let's take a look. If anybody here would like to have a free reading, all you have to do is use the URL manifestfaster.com. You may need to cut and paste it into your browser, and I appreciate all the extra effort. It's worth it. The cards are delicious today. Let's take a look for Christina. Chivalry. Okay. In this card, it does lean in to the idea of somebody coming your way. And this is often a card that comes up with romance. And so I think Spirit wants you to be, how can I say this, Christina? Spirit wants you to be open and available to whatever comes. Um, I do have your recorded reading. I'll be doing it later today. Thank you for ordering that. And I will keep this card out for you, Christina, and I will use this card as the basis of your private reading. But what I'm aware of here is this leaving the castle. It kind of reminds me of the prince looking for Cinderella, right? Going to all of the homes in the village and wanting to try the glass slipper on various different people because this person does not want to make a mistake again. This could be what's causing you to feel like the bosom buddy, the good companion, because many times, and I think this was true for you with Bruce, where you guys were friends for a long time before it got romantic. I believe I'm remembering the story correctly. And now, with him being on the other side, and it's been a year since he departed, that he, even from the other side, and that's what I'm imagining here, that he's urging you to let yourself go forward toward another kindred spirit. I would look up the word chivalry in the dictionary and I would look at it and see what it means to you. And then I also see the importance of letting spirit be your kindred spirit. That as you develop your confidence about who you are as a human, and this next 2 to 3 years are going to be very important as you allow yourself to deeply receive from spirit again. There's some fragmentation going on here. I see these yellow beams, and it seems like there may be doubt for you on what is the best course of action. The horse does not have a saddle, right? Not ready to be ridden. And so I support you in your idea of pursuing friendships. As you know, I'm a big fan of volunteering. I find that volunteering puts you with people who are really good humans, and it allows you to have safe connections with people. So, your message from this card is to allow spirit to be chivalrous to you, to allow yourself to connect with spirit in a deeper way and stay open for what you're desiring. There's a scripture that says, you have not because you ask not. And I feel today setting that intention to find kindred spirits, deep, emotionally charged friendships is your next logical step. The last thing I'm seeing on this card for you, Christina, look at how the legs are crossed. Now, this, he can't take a step, right? He would trip. So it looks like this energy is in one place for a reason. No hurrying. Okay, so Christina also requested a reading from the Heart and Soul deck, which is one of my favorites. Let me see here. Because it's shaped like a heart, so there's no better day to use it on than Valentine's Day. And so I'm just going to open this deck. My dear friend Christina, and everybody, you guys, you know what? Send up some hearts for Miss Christina today. She has been through this last 2 years, have been absolutely the challenge of a lifetime over and over again. So as you throw those hearts over there to our dear Christina, I really appreciate it. Okay. Hi, Sitby. Who is your future husband? Oh my goodness. Well, guess what? I don't know, but I know Spirit does. So if you'd like me to draw a card for you, I'd be happy to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to do a reading for the collective here in just a little bit, and you can dive in and claim the collective reading. If you want to have more cards drawn, there is a reading available. When you go to Manifest Faster, you'll see the whole menu. And there are 2 free readings today, my gift for you for Valentine's Day. So, you know what? I'm thinking, Christina, because I did the bottom of the deck, I'm going to do it again. I'm just feeling drawn. And so, the bottom of the deck is always what I see as what you're not seeing. So, Christina, what is it that you are not seeing here? So a lonely journey, right? I know that you feel alone, girl. I know. Gosh. I got goosebumps, my heart, my chest. There's a long shadow here, isn't there? And the boat is tipping to the side. And if you are a sailor, you know there's a quote that says, "A sailor does not learn anything on a quiet sea. It's when the waters get rough and the wind picks up that you learn the lesson." Girl, this card is filled with light, filled with light. It reminds me of the sun card in the tarot deck, which even if it comes up reversed, it's still positive. What I'm seeing here is your shadow is behind you, right? The shadowy events of the last couple of years are truly behind you. You are setting off on a journey by yourself into this future, but there's so much promise. There are no storm clouds ahead. Why? Well, I think there's hardly a storm you would face, my dear Christina, that is any worse than what you've already faced. I know it's been a tough journey and you have so many questions that you're wondering about. I'm going to keep these 2 cards out and I will be doing your deeper reading with this in mind, because I haven't even turned it over yet to see the prayer. But it's just, to me, it's just full optimism for you. All right, full optimism. Let's take a peek here. Are you feeling a little lost and confused, Christina? Wondering which direction, if any, to take, and questioning what is it that you really want from life? Perhaps it's time to consult your inner child. You know, the one you've kept locked away for ages, the one who holds the essence of the real you. Isn't it time to listen to your heart? Man, I am getting waves of goosebumps. Again, this is at the both of these cards were at the bottom of the deck, and not knowing which way to go is this symbol here of the legs being crossed, and also the fact that we have a horse with no saddle. So, Christina, I'm eager to pull the rest of your cards. I will be recording your reading for you this afternoon, and I will send it to you. Beautiful reading. I will let you know when that recorded reading is ready for you. Okay, my friend? Just beautiful. My goodness. I love the cards. Okay, let's take a look here. Hi, Helen. Okay, Christina. Let's mark you done and done. Done. Okay, and then we have Helen. Hi, Helen. Welcome. I don't recognize you for the channel, and I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, and I was wanting to know what next step should be. Feeling a little bit off and want to stay on your path. Okay, wonderful. Now, do you have a different name on the on YouTube so I know which person you are, Helen? Or did you let me know? Okay, and I see other people joining. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, all of you. If you're new here today, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. We are all about breaking patterns that are holding us back. What is it that you're really wanting when it comes to love today? I have 2 free cards available, and I would love to pull one for you. Okay, I'm not sure, Helen, so I'm just going to go ahead here. And dear Helen, from the True Love Oracle, what is it that Spirit has for you? Ah, my friend Helen. Let's see. Oh, your trip. Hi, Helen. Okay, great trip. Excellent. Trip top. Trip tot. That's a hard one to say. It's a tongue twister. 777, a very lucky number. And I assume that you picked that on purpose. Also, I'm looking at the top of my screen. I see 1313 is repeated. So please do, Helen, go look at the spiritual meaning of the number 13, because I believe you are going to find a special message there for you. Okay. Right after Helen's reading, I'm going to draw tarot cards for the collective for Valentine's. What is the message of love for you guys? Okay. Okay, so Helen, very interesting card here with sexual freedom. So what I'm seeing here, let me see what you said, feeling a little bit off. You know, this card is important. When I look at it, I see 2 people that are in harmony with one another. And this is obviously our goal. We want to find that harmony, the intimate harmony with a partner. However, we have these 2 paths that are coming from separate places. And I look at how it crosses here. So I feel for you, Helen, that there's been some experiences that you've been through that have crossed your wires, you know, like something's crossed. And it's impossible for you right now to be as open as you want to be. Does that ring a bell? That you are wanting to be open, but there's something that is not letting you. There's a sense of deep desire to protect yourself. And it's very wise, because this lotus flower, I love the lotus because it's got blossom after blossom after blossom. The petals keep opening. And guess what? The lotus flower grows in mud. Isn't that interesting? The lotus flower grows in mud. So, whatever happened in your past, it could be something in your growing up years, or it could be from a past relationship, but something was compromised when it comes to intimacy. So, I would dig into that. There are things that you can do. There are healings that you can have, particularly somatic healing, that can be quite helpful for you. I do tapping with my clients, and it's called the emotional freedom technique, because we are opening up the knots from our past before you go forward. So it could be that Spirit's calling you to investigate yourself, to really look back. Get out a piece of paper right now. I mean, not right now, keep watching. But after the reading, grab a piece of paper and write down the initials of anyone who has misunderstood you or not been fulfilling when it comes to your intimate life. See if there has been any drama or trauma around your intimacy from your past. Because if there has, it's really smart to look into that. And how you know it's time is when you just get that feeling of uneasiness. You get the feeling of something's off a little bit, and it could be this. Okay. And again, I will send you a message after today's reading, and I want to give you some advice, and I'll do that privately in a message. So do make sure you watch your email this afternoon, because I will be reaching out. Okay, my friend? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from the tarot deck now a general reading for the collective to celebrate Valentine's Day. What if the spirit of love, that true love spirit that lives at the heart of the divine, if love actually had a message for you, let's open your heart to receive. Now, what I want to do first here, before I even draw these cards, I'm just going to light my Palo Santo just because I feel there's that heaviness. I feel with Triptot, that sense of needing to take care of yourself. Remember that our very first card that we pulled today, that was the theme of today's readings, was this card, which is about poor me syndrome. Many times Many times when we are feeling sorry for ourselves because there's been hurt feelings, we cannot see the key that's right there waiting for us. Okay. There is a key to every lock. There is. And if you're being locked out of the love you're desiring, let's let this reading help open the door. Okay. If you purchase a reading from me, yes, I create the reading on recording and I send you a link to the recording. And that way you can listen to it many times. Okay. So let's move forward. Thank you so much, Helen. So let's draw cards here and see what wisdom is there. If you can relate, what I'm thinking is there's some of you here that it's your person who's poor me. I'm really picking that up, that one of your exes or somebody that's currently in your life is always at playing the victim card. Okay. So let's see. What do the cards have for us? Valentine's Day. The Six of Wands. Okay. And the Eight of Cups. Very interesting cards. And this one, I just need to pull it. And the Three of Swords. Yeah, okay. All right. I was right. I'm just feeling, and I get goosebumps every time that I pull cards that seem to have a story written on them. I'm going to pull the bottom of the deck, but I'm not going to show it. I'm going to leave it while I read these cards. So here's the deal, you guys. Somebody watching right now, it might be you. There was a time that you thought your connection was great. You felt victorious. You just had nothing but joy. Nothing but joy. Look at how her hands, I raised my hands just like that outside your camera view, because many times when we do find someone, we can think they're our forever person. It's easy to make an error of judgment when you select someone, when you choose someone that your heart lights up and you feel this is the one. There's passion. And right now, my throat is closing. Whenever I get pressure in my throat, it's about somebody not being able to speak their truth, somebody who's over compromising. Is that you? Excuse me while I sip my tea. Man, there's a big deal going on here. Hold on. There has been heartbreak. There may have been betrayal. You may have been cheated on. Your family may not approve of the person. You may have had to make some very tough choices. Now, again, I'm reading for collective energy here, so this is not going to resonate with everyone. But there's a very big difference between the energy of these two cards. From going from a place of feeling yes, a solid yes, and then heartbreak. This could be, as we had a reading earlier, about a long distance relationship where the promises are not kept, where they say, I will come and meet you. I will, but they don't, right? Something is falling apart and it's hard to see it. Why do I say that? Because of the Eight of Cups. It's important that you walk away. Now, it doesn't mean leave your situation right away. No, it means walk away from how you are being in this relationship. If it's not equal, if one person is over accommodating, Walking away from those behaviors is what you need to do. You need to put yourself first. I know this is hard news to hear, but if you continue in a connection that tugs on your heart, where there's more pain than pleasure, it's important that you know that. That I need to look at this card at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. This is the card of someone who's given it all, that you have tried everything you can to stay here, but you can't do this alone. Your partner has to be in the same stance. And this one, to me, is somebody who's got emotional balance and they're trusting life to unfold. This is someone who needs to make that change. Look at how the colors coordinate here. Look how she's releasing a part of herself. She's releasing a part of herself. She is surrendering. So many times, I wish I did not have to do readings like this. Honestly, I wish that I could open the cards and it would all be glorious and I could promise this person's your person. But the cards do all the work. I always say that to my clients. The cards do all the work. I pick them randomly. I don't know what's going to come out. But compromising is like breaking your own heart over and over again. This part of you that fell in love with the person, look at her. See, her hands are in the air. You need to let that dream go. Sometimes when you release yourself completely and you make that decision, no more, I'm going to take care of myself, your person can have a turnaround. They might come back and they might apologize or whatever. But the important thing is that you take care of you. Now, I believe this is a yoga pose, isn't it? You guys who know yoga, is it called the eagle or something? I'm not a yoga expert, but it might be a good idea for you to do some yoga. And maybe you have done it in the past and you're out of the habit. But this coincidence, a synchronicity of having this joyful, naive happiness to let go of that part of you. Because what I tell all my clients, I have a client right now who's in a threesome. I mean, not a fun threesome. It's a third party situation. And they're really struggling trying to figure out what to do. And the only thing that I know to work is to turn to spirit. It's turning to spirit, returning to spirit. Look at how the sun is rising as she walks away. There's still fire and passion. It's not finished. Why would this person stop? They have all the cards. You are giving too much, and it's time that you took care of yourself. Okay. I'm just feeling drawn to pick one of the heart cards for you, because if you're watching this right now and your heart has been broken by love, I know the feeling. I've been there 100%. It's happened more than once. But when you compromise too much, please understand that it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That when you have, look how this tree is shaped, you're being shaped by the energy of brokenness. And so I'm actually going to use the card on the top of the deck because it's just so beautiful. And I want to deal with these tears. And I'm going to be graphic here, but these are tears, they're bloody tears, right? I hate to be graphic, but there's so much pain here. And I just wish so much for you that you could release yourself. Now, I know tapping works. I do tapping every single week with my clients, and I'm able to help people who need to get loose from this kind of situation. So please contact me. I can help you. Okay. My email address is patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. Feel free to email me or contact me through the site. Tapping is wonderful, it's a lifesaver. This deck is called the Light Seers Tarot, and this deck is called the Heart and Soul Heart Shaped Oracle. So let's tell this story. You may not be aware of it yet, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeate your aura. The gray clouds have lifted, replaced by a soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. What a perfect close for this reading. Let it go. Allow yourself to grow, and you will find love that you deserve. I love the stars that showed up for this card because these are about healing. Healing comes first. You will not be able to give yourself totally to another human until you walk away from the disappointments in the past. Okay, so I'm going to go forward here. Let's see. I have one more. Hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm feeling drawn to do another tarot reading for you guys that are here because they've been very deep today. And this one is a particularly painful situation. It's not true for everyone, although I will tell you, I don't know a single human being who hasn't suffered at the hands of love, and I think the spirit of love is heartbroken because we can misunderstand things and we can cause ourselves so much drama and trauma if we don't pay attention to the signs. Sometimes your family is wonderful because they'll say, we don't know why you like that person. Why are you with that person? They make us feel uncomfortable. And the rebel in us says, well, you don't know me, and I know what I want, and stop bossing me around, right? But on this day of love, Valentine's Day, I feel like the spirit of love is here strong, advocating for you today. So let's take another look at the tarot. If you would like for me to draw tarot cards for you today during this live reading, I am available, and it's a very special price of $11.11. Let me just add the link here with the menu. Also, I am drawing 2 free cards, and you can read all about that on the menu. So let's take a peek here. What does the tarot have to tell us? Thank you so much for being with me today, you guys. It's a cloudy day in Tennessee. 2 weeks ago, we had snow and ice, and now yesterday it was almost 70 degrees and it all melted. And people tell me if you live in Tennessee, that blink your eye and the weather will change. Hey, Mystic Christina, welcome, welcome. I did your reading at the 38th minute. And so you can certainly watch at the 38th minute. I did both of you. So, oh gosh, okay, no worries. But I am doing a reading for the collective right now on love. So please, oh, good, thank you. Mystic Christina, you're going to love your cards, holy smokes. And I'm going to do your private reading later today. And I'm going to be using those readings cards at the heart of your reading. Thank you for ordering a private reading. For those of you who are curious, I do have a love reading that is 50% off. You can read all about that over on my platform at Hipsy. And these 2 cards wiggled their way out of the deck. Oh, my goodness. I guess that takes care of that. Let's take a look. I'm going to use this one as our mystery card. Let's see what we have. There we have the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is my energy. because I look at all these little candles around the throne, and I feel like this is you guys, all of my wonderful, wonderful friends online and my clients. All of you are little lights in my world, and you're big lights in your world. What can you do to rise up and be Queen of Wands energy in your own life? And and there's no gender is not important here. This is a loving, creative source of energy with the Queen of Wands. And she knows who she is, and she knows what she wants. Okay. So if you resonate with that, hit the thumbs up. Okay. Join me. The world. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. I can tell now why these cards flung themselves out of the deck, because after having that last reading for the brokenhearted, and I just feel that energy of being stuck in something that you thought was going to be wonderful, and then all of a sudden it turned out not to be so. And we have the wheel, cut it out. Whoa, Christina, I think you are here at the right moment. Okay, anybody who's wanting a reading, you go to the Manifest Faster link. Let me put it in here for you guys. Just go over to this link. Some of you may need to cut and paste it into your browser because our system is very busy today, and that's the quickest way to receive your reading. But for those of you looking for, how can I say it? Acceleration, pedal to the metal. This is so exciting. This energy is juicy. Whenever we have a major arcana, it's telling us that we have something going on deep within our soul that we may not be aware of at the moment. But a portal is opening for us. Now, you may be like Christina, where you're really wanting to have a kindred spirit, a friend, a companion, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you were born to be their a friend. I do believe we have many soulmates in life. I believe we come in to our lifetimes in a soul group. How else do you explain when you meet someone and in a minute or two you have that charisma, right? You know you're supposed to be connected. Many times we sleep with those people or marry those people and we end up in hot water because we didn't realize what they were for in our lifetimes. But this top row shows a very strong-willed, I will find a way to work out my situation. You may be recently divorced. You may be recently widowed or lost your partner. You may have just had a come to Jesus moment where you looked in the mirror and went, look, I have to figure this out. I'm a certain age. I'm not a kid. And I want to know what love has for me. And I support you. That's that Queen of Wands energy, that spark in her hand. She's ready to put the past behind her. She doesn't want anything like this. Okay, this poor me energy we started with today. And she doesn't want any part of that. So she's ready to step into a new world. Now, those of you who are trying to get in, all you have to do is copy and paste the link into your browser and it will work for you. Okay. Copy and paste your link into the browser. Sorry about that, Divya. But at any rate, this 21, this world means that one door is closing and another is opening. Okay, so you've come through strong. And you know what? If you're like not so sure you're strong right now, ask your friends because they will tell you, I can't believe how well you have done with that thing that happened. Okay. And so, because of that, you need to see yourself as accomplished as you are. The Wheel of Fortune teaches us that cycles, we're all about cycles. We close one part of our life, we step into the next part. So you're ready, and this is luck. Who's here with 777? That was you, right, Helen, with 777, where the lucky, you're being lucky right now. And so, because of that, we need to be optimistic. It's important to finish stepping through the portal. Don't carry in all of the stuff that troubled you in your past relationships. Don't do that. What you want to do is to let the past stay in the past and walk into your future. Spirit has something special for you. There's an element of playfulness. There's an element of playfulness that you need to incorporate as you go forward. You may have been a little bit serious. Life may have knocked you down a couple pegs and you felt kind of hopeless and discouraged, but these cards say put that behind you. Notice here that she has dark energy flowing out. So as you release the heartbreak of the past, you receive much love and goodness into your future. See how the world card just flows right into our figure and washes clean the disappointments from the past. Let's take a look at what you're not seeing. Okay, what you're not seeing is this Tower card. Oh, for you guys to have three major cards with that Queen of Wands, I don't know who you are listening right now, but there is something major that's been going on. And I believe there's going to be an introduction coming. There's an introduction that's coming. There's a person you're going to be meeting that's going to keep you on your toes. We're not going to have an easy time. In fact, this person may challenge you a little bit, challenge the way you think. That's not a bad thing. We need friction to get the fire going. Okay. So the Tower, what does that show you? You have been through a Tower experience. What you're not seeing is how can I say, how useful this Tower experience has been. Heartbreak has a purpose. If you watch Abraham Hicks, who I really do enjoy, Abraham Hicks videos, they will tell you that you're going to have contrasting experience. Contrast is opposite. You're going to have experiences where love is the opposite of what you thought it would be. There's heartbreak in love, and you didn't expect that when you were a younger person. And now you understand there's a balance of heartbreak and joy. And so, any heartbreaks that you had in the past, this is showing me you're ready to step out and away, taking it off like a garment. Imagine taking off your coat and letting it slide off your back. That's what Spirit is calling you to. Yes, you had tragedy in the past. Yes, there were people that hurt your feelings. I see in this lightning, can you see a heart here? Can you see that? Love has lightning in it, lightning chemistry when you first meet. But whenever there are storms that come in your relationship, it doesn't have to knock things apart. It can bring you together. When you have an opposite experience, Abraham teaches that it shows you what you really, really want. So, having peace of mind, having the power to attract the kind of people that support you, this is all part of the cycle of life. When we have the Wheel of Fortune, yes, we have heartbreak, joy, heartbreak, joy. It's a cycle. Every relationship will end one way or another, right? We can't protect ourselves from pain. But all of the readings today have been about connecting to Spirit. Once you connect to Spirit, you're going to feel some sense in it all. Okay. There's something special coming for you. Do not be afraid. Now, I want to draw a heart card to go with our collective reading. Those of you who are having trouble getting into the reading today, I apologize for that. Sometimes the systems just get so busy, and sometimes technology is not our friend. But you may receive deeply for your situation simply by claiming the collective reading. So this card grabbed my attention right away because the star is for healing. Okay, we have wings here, both wings are not connected. Can you see the wings are not connected? They need to come together and be connected. So for those of you who hear me and you think, well, yeah, I would love for what she's saying. I would love to see this happen for me. Approach healing first. Okay, I do healing work for broken hearts. I've done it forever. I have a reading on sale right now where I can read your cards personally and give you a recorded message with concrete advice so you know what to do next. I also include tapping within the reading. That's on sale. Take a look at it. It's about finding love in 2026. But if all you do is come to these collective readings, trust me, you will feel a move in your spirit. Let's take a look at the back of the card. Close your eyes. In fact, go ahead and do that. Go ahead, close your eyes right now. Close your eyes and feel yourself embraced by angelic wings of light. Feel the light dissolve your fears, concerns, and doubts, and fill your heart with peace and joy. Everyone is safe and all is well. There is no need for concern. This reminds me of Louise Hay, one of my very favorite teachers. She has a mantra that she uses, and I love it so much. It is in this moment, I am safe and all is well. And she lived a ripe she died at an old age and she went through an unbelievably transformative life if you're not familiar with her. But I'm just going to turn because I want to put that into the chat. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, all is well and I am safe. If you take this affirmation, write it down, and just use it, run it through your mind. Allow yourself to feel into this because the truth is, if you're here right now with me, you are safe in this second that I said that. When you can draw a breath into your lungs, you are well. It's all going to be okay. We are all here to learn our spiritual lessons. And the humans that come across our path may be a little challenging, to say the least. But as we trust that the divine is working everything out to our benefit, you're going to see amazing things pop into your life. Okay, my friends? All right, let me take a sip. And anybody who would like to have a reading, I'm here for you. I'm sorry for those of you who may be having a bit of difficulty with the link because that just happens as part of technology. But if you want to copy and paste or just type into your search window, manifestfaster.com, you can register for your free reading. I do have 2 free readings today, and I would love to draw cards for you. Meanwhile, for the collective, shall we do one more? What time is it? Oh, I have time. I have time for one more tarot reading. They have been so interesting today. So if you've just joined me, welcome. It's Catherine at Pattern Breaker Tarot. And we are asking Spirit to bless us with Valentine's Day readings. When it comes to love, what does Spirit want for you to know? Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I appreciate you. And this one more reading here today. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. I love this card because this is like my kindred spirit card, and many times what we think we need from a partner, we really need from a kindred spirit, somebody who is not our love match, but there's a human who enjoys our company and wants to spend time with us. Oh my goodness, look at that. I always love the synchronicity when we get cards of the same number, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and the Empress. Yeah, awesome. So this is completely supportive of someone who maybe romance is not exactly what you're looking for, that you're wanting to have the enjoyment of other humans. Myself personally, I have started volunteering in my little town. I live in a tiny town in Tennessee, and they have a beautiful facility where they feed the people who are in need. They're food insecure. that their lives have put them in a place where they can't pay their bills and they need to have support. So they cook 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch, and serve anybody who wants to come in. For me as a volunteer, they want me to eat there because I'm serving as a volunteer. The people that work there, the fellow volunteers, these are kindred spirits. This is the energy that is filling my heart. I mean, it's gonna sound odd when I say this, so hang in there with me. But there's a love that you get from your pets. Where if you have, I have a dog, and I love him, Murphy. You guys have heard him bark in here many times. Where is he today? Um, but a dog never gets mad at you. It doesn't. Well, if you try to take its food, maybe. But they're glad to see you when you come home, and you feel a sense of true love and connection when you have a pet. And in a way, when you're in a situation where you have close friends with no agenda, they don't want anything from you, they're just good mates for you. You have that same feeling of acceptance. And it's really cool. Yesterday, when I was there, one of the volunteers is a former firefighter, and he came up to me and he said, "Do you like cornbread?" And I said, "I do. I love cornbread." He goes, "Come on back here." And he hurries off across the room, and I follow after him. And he had just baked his secret recipe of cornbread in the oven at the shelter. And it's not shelter, at the facility, and it was steaming hot out of the oven. He cuts me a slice of it, and I tasted it. It was absolutely delicious. And I said, "It's so moist." He goes, "Oh, I know. I have a secret recipe. My kids don't even have it." And it was just this moment of him giving me food, and just an open. There was no agenda. There was nobody wanted anything from me, and it was really, really soothing. And this energy of finding people that love you outside of romance, I love the word behoove. It would behoove you to develop this, because even if you're with your person, even if you find the soulmate of your dreams and you end up connecting with them, perhaps in marriage, you're still going to want to have close contacts that are separate. And so does your person. If two people lean too hard on each other, they strangle each other. Okay. So this call, and it's a perfect set of cards to finish my readings with today, because these people, these angels with skin on, that come into our lives to help us find our own heart, these are valuable. And some of them are long lasting. Sometimes they're very short term. But the idea of knowing yourself, that you have the experience of close friendships, will really help you manifest what you're looking for. This Empress card is obviously, she's pregnant. She's pregnant with possibility. She's pregnant with future hope and love. So for her to come at the end of this call for kindred spirit relationships is so promising. Let's look at our card from the bottom of the deck. Yep, yep, and yep. The cure for your loneliness, the cure for your loneliness rests in your ability to find these kindred relationships. Listen, if you've been looking for love for a long time, all I can tell you is that if you can find a volunteer opportunity in your community, you will bump the energy into a healthy vibe. I guarantee you, when you see people who need help and you're one of the people helping them, some kind of magic happens. Notice all the sparkles here. Some kind of magic happens for manifestation. I wish I could explain. I don't have the language to explain it, but I know for me personally, once I got out and into a community of people who are helping other people, my whole spirit just raised to a different level. Okay. And when we are looking to our family of origin or our soulmates to fill our cup, we're going to get bored with that. We need to have service in our life. We need to have the idea that, yes, we are blessed and we want to share the blessings. All right. Now, when I look here, if you look at this card, See how there's a cup over here? She doesn't even see it. And when I connect it, I want to put this here because this Empress, look at how the magic goes right from her. All right. So don't complain if you're lonely. Don't complain that you don't have friends. There is a volunteer opportunity in your community. Grab it. Years ago, my favorite volunteer activity was working at the pet store, actually, where I would work. We would go and pet the cats, the little kittens, and you can't bring all of them home, but we socialized them to make them easier to adopt. Another place that I went was to walk dogs. They had young dogs, and they took volunteers who could take them out for walks and help them get connected to a leash and understand how to behave. So if animals are your game, go ahead and volunteer for animals. That's perfectly fine. Anything that you do in service as a volunteer will pay off wonderfully. And this is our heart card that goes with this reading. I'm kind of loving it. These two trees that are falling in love with one another. And I'm like, isn't that interesting? Let's take a look. And what I'm seeing here, it supports this work around look at how the colors are the same. It's that the community of that's out in nature. So it might be that you are a person like me who enjoys time in the woods, time outside. So definitely take that to heart. Find a love for nature is one aspect that I didn't say. Let's see what it says. Every relationship goes through changes, but this does not mean that love has gone. Let this be a time of reflection. Some adjustments may be needed. Perhaps a new purpose needs to be discovered. Yes, like volunteering. It may feel cold and lonely, but beneath the surface, the earth is warming to the promise of spring. In the meanwhile, express how you feel gently, lovingly, and honestly. Let yourself be vulnerable. Hold each other tight. Completely the energy. Oh, I guess goosebumps all over the place. There is a kindred spirit coming your way. Keep your eye open. Okay, my friends? All right, so I have a couple of more um, readings. Salama. Oh, Salama, welcome. I didn't see you sneak in the door. Welcome, welcome. And you're wanting a true love card. And then Saren. Welcome back, Saren. We will get to you next. Okay, so let me go forward. Salama, welcome. I'm so happy to see you today. I'm glad you're here on Valentine's Day. Sending you abundant love, my friend, from all the way across the world. Okay, let's pull these cards aside and let's go to our True Love Oracle. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The True Love Oracle cards. Okay. All right, so, whoopsie. Hang on, hang on. The cards are jumping. All right, so Salama is really desiring a message about her employment situation. And what's the message of love from spirit to you while you're waiting for that new position? Thank you. I know it's a hard time when you're in between. Isn't that true, you guys? Let's all send up hearts for our dear friend Salama, who is really hungry for the exact right position, truly wants to change her fortune when it comes to her employment. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. We're sending you love, Salama. Let's see what's here. And we have maturity. You know, it's never easy to get messages. Yeah, 4 months without a job. Oh, honestly, my heart goes out to you. It is true that when we go through the toughest times is when we become stronger. There is no question when things get very tight and we feel the pressure of life, it causes us to search for what it is that will truly solve our issue. I really enjoy this card because of the figure from behind. Spirit has your back. So, Salama, I want to affirm to you that Spirit has your back, that there's wisdom bringing healing to you. Let me just set this here so I can grab my point. I see this star that's coming from spirit right into you. I see this as you at your desk writing out what it is that you're wanting from spirit. That as you sit down, and I would light a candle if you have one, and just write down as if you were writing a letter to spirit directly. I'm not sure if you, what name you use for the divine. I'm going to say God right now, and because we all have different backgrounds. But as you write a letter to God, dear God, and write out what's troubling you, what's upsetting you. Pour your heart out and believe that as you write down what it is that you're wanting from spirit, that spirit will guide you. There in the scriptures in the Bible, there's a scripture that says, wait, I lost it. Hang on. My mind just doink went blank, and I went, oh, there's a scripture that says, despise not the day of small beginnings, meaning that you are going, spirit is going to be giving you breadcrumbs, little ideas that will help you to find something. It could be, Salama, that you need to have what's called a bridge job, something that you can do on your way to something else. You may not be able to be in the professional place that you were, but that spirit can guide you to something. Now, the word that I was thinking was, you have not because you ask not. So in your letter to Spirit today, ask specifically, make it easy for me. Spirit, make it easy for me to find something to bring money. Okay. I think that's an important addition. Make it easy, because if we don't ask for it to be easy, spirit cannot do the same. I wish I could explain this stuff better, but sometimes my words seem so small for the idea that's in my heart. But today, if you can do this, if you can take a screenshot, if I hold this up, if you're on your phone and you can take a screenshot of this card, I would love that for you, so that you can imagine to yourself that spirit is behind you and has your back, and watch for small bits of progress. Okay. Another thing, if there is a way for you to volunteer in your community somehow, if there's a place where they give food out to people, or what I do at my volunteers, a place where people can find clothing for themselves that other people have donated. So I just help sort through the clothing. But there's something very powerful about serving out of your need. And so you need a position, but it also means you have spare time. And so I wish I could reach through my telephone and wrap you up and give you a hug. I've been in some extreme situations in my life, and I can promise you that something always shows up for me. I'm 73, and time again, spirit has shown up almost always through other humans. Okay. So there you have. I'm just sending you all my love, my dear Salama. And please do keep coming back to the channel. I'm so delighted to pull cards for you as you're working your way forward. Okay, my friend. Abundant love. Abundant love. Okay. And then we have Saren. Saren, you have been here before and you've asked me the same question, haven't you? And you got a very clear answer last time. Okay. I'm just considering. Oh, okay. So I can draw you a card. However, I will tell you straight up before I draw the card. So you don't have to listen if you don't want, if you'd rather not. It's totally your call. But the card I'm drawing for you is about you, because we have already talked about this. We talked about when somebody does not want to be with you, that the most loving thing you can do is to honor them. If she decides at some point that, if he or she decides that they want to be your partner, they know where you live. They do. They know your number. And when they become interested, they can come back. But what I want you to do is to consider that your relationship with your own self is the only thing you can control, my dear friend, Saren. Okay. And so I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to leave your person out of this reading because I don't know what's going on for her, but her behavior shows you that it is not a fit. And so I'm going to draw this card for you from spirit for yourself. Okay. Let's do that. Because at the end of the day, this was the first card that I pulled today. And this really is the energy that I feel from you. It is an energy of feeling complete defeat. You can't have what you want, and you are sad and depressed about it. Okay? This energy is not attractive. This energy is not attractive to your person, but more importantly, to your world. This mood is contagious. When people sense that you are feeling like a victim, it's going to change how lots of people look and experience you. Okay. But there is a key here, and your key is to find the light. Find the light. Turn to spirit. Restore your relationship between you and I don't Saren. When people come to me for readings, I don't honor someone who's asking me the same question. It's not for me to do that. It's the answer that you receive hasn't changed because they still don't want to talk to you, right? I know this is hard, and I'm sorry. I apologize that this is hard for you. If you don't need to watch this reading, you can switch away. There's so many other readers out there. But my professional opinion is that you repairing the relationship you have with yourself is the only thing that you can control right now. And so your message is around dating, seeing other people. 100%. This is your card. You keep trying to attract someone who has said no. They said no. So you need to chase love in a different direction. And so the very best thing you can do is to date. It doesn't mean you have to get intimate with a lot of different people. You don't need to do anything except let yourself meet some other humans. You owe it to yourself because the person that you're thinking you want is not available. And the more you press to be with them, you are not in her orbit, Saren. If she wanted to be with you, she would call you. She knows how you feel, and she's saying no. I can't read her any better than that. Her behavior tells you everything you need to know. Believe me, when you do meet someone one day who loves you, it's going to feel 100% different. All right. So this reading, there's nothing else I can tell you. Her behavior tells you everything you need. We've already talked about this in another reading. And so this is not new news for you. But your answer from spirit is find someone else. Put her aside for maybe 2 or 3 months where you just see other people. That's the advice I have for you today. Okay, my friend, I'm sorry that I cannot read for you what you wish for me. I wish many times, I wish that I could pull cards that are just tell a happy story. Oh yes, she loves you. The reason she's not calling you is because her phone broke, or the reason you're not contacting her is because she lost your address. The truth is, if somebody's in love with you, you know it. And if they're not, you know it also. Okay. So spirit wants you to turn to some other women and try starting again with somebody else. Okay. So on that note, I am going to close off. Oopsie, nope, never mind. I have one more. Wait, you guys are awesome. I guess Spirit is saying, keep reading. Okay, I'll keep reading. And again, tough love is tough. I can't apologize, but I can say my heart goes out to you, Saren. My heart goes out to you. I wish you nothing but the best in your future. Okay, my dear viewer. Okay, and Patricia, I'm not sure what to do. He's feeling to start. Maybe it's right. Okay. Okay. So my friend Patricia is wanting to have a tarot reading, and so I'm here for you, Patricia. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So is your okay? So your long distance relationship. Okay, so your person has a child, and so the mother of the child is in the picture too, right? And so how far apart do you guys live? Are you in different countries? I'm just shuffling up. Patricia, I believe. Yeah, Patricia, are you guys in different countries? And Patricia, I'm just feeling like I want to light the Palo Santo before I pull the cards. And thank you. I know you've been here through a lot of these readings today, and you're probably feeling like there's an echo. Yes, I see. That the information that's coming out in these readings has kind of been helping you along the line. And I want to just light up the Palo Santo here. Just the ancient people said our prayers rise on the smoke of our offering. And so as I pull these cards for the situation for Patricia, I'm just asking Spirit to speak clearly on the future of this connection with her long distance relationship. There's a child involved, and there's the mother of the child is also. So he's a single dad. So he's a single dad. Okay. And so wherever he is, he has family. Okay. Okay. What is what it Patricia needs to know when it comes to this connection with her person? So the moon is reflective of your confusion, right? Because it is. I mean, it must feel sometimes like you are underwater, right? It's just that feeling of nothing. You're not sure what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Okay. What is it that Patricia needs to know about her long distance situation? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. The Nine of Cups. And then let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. We have the moon, the Page of Pentacles. So let's start with our first card. There is a lot of confusion, and I feel almost a sense, almost a sense of like drowning. I mean, it's like not being able to breathe, not being able to breathe. Hang on, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Okay. It's almost looks, this reminds me of being suspended, like a timeout, almost like you've put your life on hold, like you're not moving, you're in the same spot, and you have no control over the situation, and you're in suspended animation. It's like being frozen in time, not knowing which way to go, going towards, we have the dark wolf and the light wolf here, and there's part of you that's very torn in not knowing what to do. And yet the light of the moon is penetrating the water. So there is this little twinkling of light that's pulling you forward and trying to help you in this current situation here with this Page of Pentacles. There is a message in what's been happening. There's a message in your confusion. Okay, Patricia, there's a message to your confusion. Now, when I look at her, she's turned her head away from this situation. It's as if she doesn't want to look there. She doesn't want to have this. She's denying the confusion. That's what I'm trying to see. That there's a denial of the very confusion that you're feeling. So I'm very happy that you're here today to receive this reading, because I know this is a deep situation and it's been going on for 3 years. Your person has a child, and that's something so important. When you're in that long distance relationship, the child doesn't come into it, right? Because it's not like he has to leave the child with a babysitter when you guys are dating, or it's not like you need to have a relationship with the child, because your communications are probably mostly online or on WhatsApp or whatever it is that you're using. But there's a part of you that is dissatisfied, feeling off balance. And because I think there's a part of you that really knows the truth and really does not want to see it. What you desire most in your heart of hearts is to have, this is the father of the child. We're talking about the relationship, your long distance relationship right now. Okay. What you're wanting is this celebration. This reading is for what we're reading here in this particular reading is your current relationship. Okay, the old flame, we'll put the old flame aside right now. Okay, because what we're needing here is for your question about the long distance relationship with this person. This is what the energy around this is for the very first person that you mentioned, which would have been Frank. Okay. I don't want to pull another energy into this because I need more cards for that. And that's not what will help you the most, because you're not seeing the the life of confusion that you're opening yourself up for. There's a part of you that does not want to live like this anymore. Okay. So, what we know is that you are feeling unbalanced, that you are praying for a messenger. You want to know for sure what is best for you. And so only you can turn from the confusing relationships that you've chosen. If you have 2 long distance relationships, that's a lot of weight to carry. Okay. In person relationships are heavy to carry because there's a lot of give and take that comes in person. Adding a long distance to it is exhausting. It's totally exhausting. Okay. What you want, this is what I wanted to point you to. Okay, Patricia, this is what you're wanting. I can feel your heart. You want to rejoice. You want a dream come true. You want a wish fulfilled. You want someone who's your ride and die. You want someone that's going to put Patricia first. And these men that have been in your life, they're not putting you first. They're not even letting you look them in the eye. Have they traveled to your city? Have they met you? Have they spent any money on you? Have they taken you out and shown you off? You know, there's Steve Harvey is an author, and he said that a true partner, there's three P's. They protect you, they provide for you, and they proclaim you. A good man will protect you, provide for you, and proclaim you. That means they have your best interest at heart. They protect, they provide, they send you food, money, they provide for you emotionally. It's their greatest pleasure to do that. And the most important of the three is to proclaim and tell all their friends, this is my woman. This is my woman. I am proud of her. I want to be with her. So it looks to me that you're um, gambling with these long distance relationships where you don't have any of the good that should come to you. You're devoted to them, and perhaps you're even providing for them. You're providing emotional support, and you're protecting them by saying they're perfectly beautiful men. They're just living at a long distance. But this, what you want, is very difficult at a long distance. It just is. Because if they have kids, and then, they have all that involvement, they have the families of those kids. And if they have not taken time to come and see you, visit you, so that you can tell what their motives are, then the life of confusion you're picking is what it is. I mean, you are choosing a way to look at life that's not the whole truth. It's just not the whole truth. Okay. Now let's look at what you're not seeing. The Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, look at how the light is coming. So this part of you that's getting tired of, there's a part of you that's tired of this. Look at her face. She's like, I just want to find this. This is what I want. In order to get there, you really need to make a decision. You have to make a decision. It doesn't have to be today. It could be next year, whenever it is, where you say to yourself, I want the divine to guide me. That's it. I want the kind of man that Catherine's talking about. I want a man to proclaim publicly, this is my woman. I want a man who will provide for me, that we can share finances, that we have a joint effort to prosper ourselves, and that man will provide for my emotional needs, that man that will provide for all of my needs as a spouse. I want someone that's my man. I don't want to share it with anybody else. And the provide, protect. The men from long distance can't protect you. They're not with you. And quite frankly, I know this, you probably heard me say before. I did have a relationship with somebody who lived in a different country. It was about 9 months, and we were very flirty, and we really had some great fun together, no question. But I began to feel myself falling for the guy, and I just had to cut it off. And it was hard because it was fun. These long distance relationships are fun, kind of, and you can use them for that. But if you're looking for the three P's, you have to be honest with yourself. The Ace of Swords is a brand new journey where spirit and you decide, what is it that you want? If you were my private client and I was working with you often, we would be doing tapping around this. And I would be helping you take steps to decide what you want. Do you want entertainment and fun from these random men? Or do you want to have the wish fulfilled, a man who would protect you, provide for you, and proclaim you as his woman? These long distance guys are not that, because they would have done it already. It's fun to have these lighthearted relationships online, and it's very dangerous too. It's like catfish. And you know how catfishes work, where they're not even the same person that they think. So this is the time for you to make a decision, my dear, dear Patricia. And again, you heard me kind of be a little bit hard on some of my people today because the cards say what they say. And when you take time to invest yourself in an unavailable person, it can always be difficult. Okay. It can always be difficult. So I would say that the advice I can give you is um, to just be very honest with yourself. The best thing to do is to look in a mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and say this to yourself. I am 100% comfortable with long distance relationships. Just see if you can say it in your own face, right? I'm 100% comfortable, because sometimes you can't say it because you can't lie to yourself. And it could be that your time for, let's imagine this is a book, and the time for long distance relationships is finished, and you close the book and you move on to something else. Okay, my friend? And again, please do write to me. I will be writing to you. So watch your email. I'm going to send you an email this afternoon, and I will send a couple of resources for you. Okay. If you can work with me, I can help you for sure. I can help you with tapping and just being that razor sharp sword with you to help you find exactly what you're looking for. And also, I don't know. Some people don't want to have the husband. They don't want to. They really, that's not important to them. Like having excitement. Hang on a second. Having excitement in their life that comes from a long distance relationship. I mean, they are okay. I mean, there's some good in them, but it's not ever what you think. And that's just my years of experience. I've been doing this 20 years, and I've yet to meet someone who is able to be truly close to a person if they can't look them in the eye. Long distance is good if you start off in person and then they move, that's different. But if the total relationship is based on long distance, they're just very difficult to maintain. Okay, my friend, thank you for letting me read your cards. It's my honor for you today. And I see I have one more person. And let's see, it is N667. So 667. What is M's next action toward me? I do attract a lot of people who are waiting for somebody else to do something. And I have to, I've been doing this a very, very long time. And I've worked with brokenhearted people for most of my life. Okay. So it's not easy when you're putting your expectation on the behavior of somebody else. And so that's why Valentine's Day can be particularly difficult. So for you, 667, Mary, it's Mary. Okay, Mary. Wonderful. Okay, Mary. So let's see what the message is with M. Mary, are you in a no contact? Is this somebody you're trying to reconcile with? Okay, he's shy. Okay. He's shy. Okay. Okay, so the cards will see what spirit has for you when it comes to this shy person. Okay, so again, so he moved away, and so he is, and he's shy. Okay, what is it that you need to know to bring you some comfort? Did he contact you today on Valentine's Day? Social media can be a problem, honestly. I love chit-chatting on social media, but it is next to impossible to judge what's truly going on in somebody's heart on social media. I'm just saying. Okay, let's see. What is the message? Resolving conflict. So, okay. So here we have, I love this card. This is such a fun card to look at, because where is the conflict, right? Where's the conflict? And because I don't think you guys are like fighting. Yeah, I agree. I prefer him to ask you out. Right. So here we have the feminine figure, the female figure is pouring out love towards the person. And I see the person is in the shadow there, and they look sad, don't they? And he did move away, and he is shy. So, what I wonder is if he's really ready for what you're desiring. That's what I'm feeling, because it seems like there is something going on with them. Maybe I'm sensing that they had a breakup that was hard in the past. Or it could be that they have so little experience when it comes to relationships that he just feels lost. It's like, I have no idea what to do. I have a lot of, I have 7 brothers younger than me, and we are all on the geek side of life, like neurodiverse, if you're familiar with that term, a lot of computer engineer types. And those kinds of people, the intelligent geek, can be very limited with their social skills. They just their voice freezes in their throat. They feel so difficult. They feel as if they cannot do for themselves what they're wanting to do. And they kind of beat up on themselves. So I'm feeling that energy around your person, that they don't feel worthy. They don't feel ready with love. And they may find it easier to flirt on social media just because they're so uncomfortable in person. Okay. And so I would say that for you, your call from spirit is to have empathy and compassion for him, empathy and compassion. And that what I would say for you, Mary, is be a friend. Be a friend. That as you're a friend with this person, and show them that you respect them, and just take away your desires for any sort of romance right now. I mean, that will only look at how the wind, it's all of this energy coming down towards him. And you don't want to put pressure on it, because many times it's a friend that develops into a loving relationship. It's a friendship that ends up turning into love. But you have so much more. Your personality is different than theirs. And right now, it's just too much for him. It's like the volume is turned up too high. So I say what I would do is just, again, it's really a good idea to just take a minute and just ask yourself, is it okay if I can just be a friend? Would it be okay for me? Would I enjoy being a friend to your person? Okay. And then take all romance off the table. I think he would feel relief, and that might cause him to relax. And maybe there is love here, who knows? But at this point, I think honoring his shyness and being his buddy, being his friend, taking away romantic interest right now would serve you the best. Okay, Mary? Makes sense? Looks like he's a nice person, but just overwhelmed. And also, are you familiar with the term highly sensitive person? Because sometimes you can have if you're highly sensitive, that doesn't mean just emotionally. It means that loud noises bother you, working in fluorescent light can bother you. You can be drained of energy very easily. And then he would misinterpret your approach to him, and he would feel pressured. Okay? I hope that that's helpful for you, Mary. And let's see here. And we have Hannah. Hi, Hannah. You guys, I'm just so surprised, and everybody's tuning in. Thank you so much. I thought I was going to be ending my readings, but I guess I'm not, because y'all are here. Let me just take a sip of my tea. I will mention, I do have a love reading that's on sale right now, 50% off. So you may want to check out my menu of options. And in the love reading, I do a full spread, and then I also do tapping and offer you some advice. It's on a recording, so you can listen to it again and again. And so if you want to take advantage of that 50% off, you can. Hi, Jana. Welcome, my good friend. I've been here a while today. It's been real busy at Pattern Breaker. I'm glad to see you. Can I draw you a card, Jana? I would be happy to. I actually have 2 cards available for today's free reading. Okay, so Hannah, currently single, would like to create a family. Okay, yes, somebody who's looking for a soulmate, looking for a connection. Absolutely. I'll take my true love soulmate cards here, and we will draw you one and see what spirit has for you today, Hannah. Where are you from, Hannah? Where are you? I'm in Tennessee. What is it, Spirit? What do you have for Hannah? Thank you so much for being here today, you guys. In case I haven't said so, this is Catherine. We are at Pattern Poland. Oh my gosh, the world is a wonderful place with the internet. Actually, I have family. My mom's parents are from Poland, so a sister. Okay, Hannah, let's see. When it comes to love, what does Spirit have for my friend Hannah, all the way over there in Poland? Oh, here. Okay, here's your card. Hannah. Okay, wonderful. So this is an excellent card to pull because what it's showing is that absolutely is the potential for love is all yours. Okay. I really enjoy this card in its generality because it really doesn't give us too many details. It's like the heart of love bringing a message to you. And what I notice is that in the figure there are all of these curves and all of these lines. You are at a place where your experiences with love so far have been important. You may have had a crush on people. You may have had a serious relationship in the past that didn't work out, or you may be somebody who hasn't dated very much. You feel a little bit unprepared, like you totally want to be married and you want to have a family, and yet you're just not sure. There's a lot of insecurity here, and also shows me that it's a time when you do. I'm going to say, is it possible you prefer your own company? That being alone is not problematic for you? There's a certain amount of peace. You may have animals in your life that soothe your heart, and so I think what Spirit is saying is you have to get up and move. That as you are still, you have all of these hearts within you. You have so much love to give, Hannah. And it could be your personality is just a bit quiet. You may feel shy and not sure how to connect. But there is great optimism here in this beautiful card. So, what can you do? The number one thing that I suggest for people who are looking for love and just can't find it is to be really, first of all, very grateful and thankful for everything in your life that you have right now. So, the first thing that I would do is get out a piece of paper, and we do want more love. We know that. But what are the things in your life right now that you're grateful for? What do you have right now? Create a mission to write down something that you're grateful for every single day. Now, February, today's the 14th. We're only halfway through the month. So do an experiment, my dear Hannah, and write down every day things that you are grateful for, because that lifts your vibration. It lifts you to a different spot. The way I talk about it is that it's contagious. When you are grateful, other people pick that up in you. Okay. And the second thing that I tell all of my single friends who are sincerely looking for love, they're lonely and they feel, ah, Murphy, my little dog, came up and jumped up behind me to join the reading. Yeah, good boy, Murphy. He's such a sweet boy. But and having a pet is a way that I cope with when I can't see the people I want. Like I live far away from my friends and my family, and then I always have Murphy here. But anyway, I got distracted. Volunteering. I'm telling you, I wish that I could convince you guys who are listening to me the power of volunteering. I just started volunteering at a new place and it's just life changing. I've been going once a week for about a month to this new facility. It's in the very town where I live, not very far, where they have a food kitchen where they prepare food for anyone who needs it in our community. And they serve 2 hot meals a day, breakfast and lunch. And so you can help serving the people. And then also, they have a thrift store that's attached. And so that's where I volunteer by sorting through the things, just helping the customers and bringing order to the little store. And you guys, I just wish, I wish I could reach through my phone and just take you by the shoulders and say, please try this, because the people that volunteer are good people. And when you meet these people, their hearts are so pure because they are taking their time to support other people. Also, you just don't know who you might meet there that could change your life. All right. You are ready for love. You are overflowing with love. The thing is, Hannah, is you don't have anybody to pour that love on right now. So I would suggest that you do that. First of all, make a gratitude commitment to finding something grateful every day, and then find some place for you to volunteer in your community. I'm sure there are opportunities out there. Okay, you will find an answer there. Also, are you part of a spiritual community? Can you get more involved in your spiritual community? Not everybody that comes to me has a church home, but often when you get in service it through your church or through the gathering of your spiritual friends, you will feel more fulfillment. You just don't want to stay home too much. This is striking me as the energy of somebody that likes to stay home and likes to be separated from people. Okay, so lots of potential for you, Hannah. All right, my friend, you will find. I'm going to send you a message today, so watch your email. If you get a reading from today, I'm going to be sending you an email. I have a resource for you, okay? And I will send it to you. So thank you so much, Hannah and Jana. Yes, Jana, I love that you asked for, you know what? I'm thinking I might want to switch you to the Heart and Soul deck because you don't mind. I don't think you'll mind if I switch you, but the Heart and Soul deck are like these direct messages from Spirit. So I want to give you one of these readings because I just feel I got goosebumps. Wow, I got goosebumps. So I feel like this is the right reading for you. Okay. So let me just look. These are such pretty cards. Did you see these before, Jana? Okay. I'm just going to go through here. And I'm feeling this one. Ooh, see the moon shining through and all those hearts. Yeah, I think Jana and I have some things in common. She is a person, she works with crystals and healing, and I work with the cards and healing. So we definitely have a kindred spirit. And I look at all these hearts. So as I look at the tree that's here, what I'm sensing is that you're getting grounded in something new right now, which is probably your crystal work. And also, you did have the breakthrough where you finally finished that legal proceeding and things got unstuck, right? So I feel like there is still a little bit of confusion. The moon, you're just not sure. You don't have light. You don't have as much light as you will have. I'm seeing these streams of light coming down. And I just feel like how can I say it? Like developing a picture. In years past, way a long time, 73. So I've seen a lot of decades. But the way they used to do photos is you had to go through this process where you would dip the paper into the different vats, right? And developing a photo was a process. Nobody could take an instant photo. Can you believe that, you guys? I know some of you listening may think, what? But it's true. Like, to be able to take a photo with your phone, I mean, that's completely 50 years ago. No way anybody would ever expect that. So I feel like you're developing, and so you can't hurry the process. It's not an instant process, but you are going to bring so much healing to. Look at all, can you see all those little hearts? I mean, you are set up right now by grounding yourself and making plans for how you want to approach your customer base, your client base of helping people with the crystals. Okay, now, Jana, I'm having a lot of interference in my throat right now. I get that tight feeling at the top of my chest. Hold on. When somebody is not speaking their truth. Okay, so I don't think there's deception going on here. I just think that you are not speaking your truth about yourself, that your confidence is lower than it needs to be. I remember when I started reading cards a gazillion years ago, I thought, who am I? Who am I to read cards? I didn't understand. It was a gift, and all I have to do is open up and let myself do it. So I picked that energy for you too, Jana. Okay. There's people that you know who have more confidence in you than you do for yourself. Let's read our words. Stop focusing on this situation for a while and just bring your awareness within. Close your eyes, relax, and let go. Take a walk in the park or do whatever it takes to detach. A solution will soon become obvious and all will work out fine. So when I think about this for you, I feel like you are over focusing. You're anxious about something. Spirit knows your heart. And so your call, especially today, take a minute, close your eyes, relax, and let go. You might want to actually write it down, where you write a letter to Spirit and just list the thing that's bothering you and say to Spirit, I want to let this go just for today. I want to release it and trust you. Now, I will tell you, Jana, I started a daily practice on January 5th where I write down my intentions in the morning, and then at night I go back and I check in and see how many happened or how many I did. And I'm telling you, it's been life changing. I have seen the most remarkable stuff happen because I said earlier, you weren't here, I don't think. There's a scripture that says, you have not because you ask not. And so, what I've been doing is, like, if I had to call my dentist, for example, and not my favorite thing to do, but I wrote in my intentions, may it be easy for me to call the dentist today. And then when I came to the end of the day, I was able to say, yes, I called and made my appointment. So ask Spirit to make things easy for you. You know, if we don't ask Spirit to help us, then we are our own worst enemy. I'm reading this as your crystal work, but I might not be picking up on the proper thing. But I would challenge you to look at whatever it is that you're anxious about. Write a letter to Spirit so you get it out of your system and then let go of it today. Okay, my friend? Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate your being here today and keeping me company on Valentine's Day. I've been here 2 hours. I've been here almost 2.5 hours, for Pete's sake. I can hardly believe it. Oh, and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go have some lunch. Thank you so much, everyone, for making this a fantastic Valentine's Day for myself. Thank you for coming to my party. I come every weekend with lives, so do tune back in and just go forward. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and know that you're deeply loved by Spirit and by me. Take care, y'all. Bye.